Hello everyone. It's been a while since I've actually done a live one, so I thought it would be time. You know, when I did my pledge video here a while back, some people that saw it said, wow, you know, you look pretty hammered there. Maybe you should redo that video. Look like you're a little more enthusiastic, a little more healthy. Well, the fact of the matter is that I don't like to do things that aren't real. The lighting could have been better, maybe, but that's really how I felt at the time, and I don't think that I'd want to try to act to make the same type of emotional plea that I did there. So I'm going to leave it, okay? And then we're going to move on to a few other things here today. You know, my wife Carol, before she died, actually throughout our entire marriage, she kept a statement by a very prominent judge on our refrigerator so that I would see it every day. And I thought I'd read it to you because I think this really says a lot about where our country is right now, okay? So here we go, reading again. This is from Judge Billings Learned Hand, and he was an appeals court judge. And this is what he said. I often wonder whether we do not rest our hopes too much upon constitutions, upon law, and upon courts. These are false hopes. Believe me, these are false hopes. Liberty lies in the hearts of men and women. When it dies there, no constitution, no law, no court can save it. No constitution, no law, no court can even do much to help it. While it lies there, it needs no constitution, no law, no courts to save it. What he's saying, of course, is that these paper documents are just manifestations of the truth, that we're created to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that we have certain unalienable rights. If that is not written in our hearts, if we don't understand that, then no paper is going to guarantee it to us. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, I think Judge Hand saw a day when the Constitution and the principles of liberty would die in the hearts of the majority of the people, and that no call to the Constitution or to the Bill of Rights is going to save it because it's already died in the hearts of men and women. That's why our country is in the difficulty that it is today. Now, is that to say that everyone has had those great principles die in their hearts? No. The people that are holding those principles close and dear are doing all they can. But the beast is large and it has a lot of power. So from this day forth, I am not going to ask anyone to reach out and save what we call the United States government, because it's not the government that we think that it is. Another government has replaced it, and you can go through all my videos and all the ones that are extant out there on the internet to find out what that government is like. So we can't fix it, I don't believe. But what we can do is take that Constitution and that Bill of Rights into our hearts and leave this system as best we can. Leave it far behind. Take the Republic with us. If you can gather into places together where you can exercise these things in some relative safety, then that's what you need to do. But it can't be saved. You know, I know a lot of you don't like me to quote scriptures, but I'm going to do that here. It talks about in one of the scriptures that, you know, in the last days, the wicked will destroy the wicked. And that's exactly what's happening. you have these different factions, even in the elite groups, that, you know, want to get there at the end and take theirs with them and leave everybody else behind. Eugenics and mass euthanasia is part of their program, whether you understand that or not. But the point is that all nations are going to fall, and they're all going to be trying to do what it is that they think is in their best interest, and to hell with everybody else. So if you have the law of liberty in your heart and in your mind, then withdraw. Take it with you, find like-minded people, and try to carry that republic with you. And when everything goes apart, maybe we can reinstitute it at some future time. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. What we carry in our hearts and minds is really the important thing. If you need to stand up and defend yourself and your family, you have every right to do that. Now, going along with this, you know, scientists have found that cosmic rays follow a certain pattern along with what they call an invisible lattice work in the universe. It kind of goes along with quantum mechanics and string theory and some of those other things. But it's really wonderful because, as I've said in a couple of other videos and things, it appears that science is catching up to God. Now, most scientists don't want to admit this, but it's inevitable, and it's staring them right in the face right now, that the universe is very much responding to an observer, whether it's the grand observer, God, or whether it's us. And quantum mechanics, quantum physics has shown that when we observe something, when a human being observes something, it affects, that observation affects what is being observed. Now there's another part of this, and you know, we can get into string theory and some of those. No, I'm not a physicist, I just study this stuff quite a bit. There's a new theory out there, actually I think it's probably beyond a theory now. It has to do with the fact that they've been studying cosmic rays, and they seem to follow a pattern. And to try to explain it in the best way that I can, the scientists are likening it to a computer simulation. I don't really like that because it makes us sound not quite real, and we're very much real. But one part of this explanation is that the cosmic rays follow this pattern, sort of like on a computer screen, a lattice work. And basically what this means is that the universe is here because of an intelligent design. And this goes into all kinds of things. Whether, you know, we ourselves at some other dimension, some other time, actually created this for our experience. That should sound real familiar to some people. Or whether it's, you know, the creator that is doing this, and what that means. But the point is that this isn't an accident. You know, there's, in quantum mechanics, they talk a lot about, you know, there seems to be random things happening. It's almost like the roll of the dice. And that's true on certain levels. But again, you know, we're talking about different levels. And on this other level that we're talking about, the overall controlling mechanism seems to be this consciousness, this intelligence that directs what is happening. So the implications of this are huge. You know, we've seen the movies The Matrix, and you know that we live in the mind of another being, and there's some truth to that. But that being likes diversity, and I said in one of my videos, I think it was Divide the Word, that this creator has shown the interest that he has in variety, in the differences even between snowflakes or grains of sand. And the same goes for us. We are those same creations, and no two of us are alike. And that's a blessing. What we need to do is learn to live in each other's shoes just a little bit. But one of the reasons why I think things are happening the way they are right now in the world, and we've seen a lot the last few days, the meteorites and the asteroid and the Pope dropping down from his position, the wars, the subterfuge of the governments, the attack on the Bill of Rights and the Second Amendment. A lot of things are happening right now, and it's because that side of nature is wiser than the side of nature that many of us are, which, we enjoy life. We're not out to control somebody else. And so we're not planning ahead to put ourselves on top. That's going to happen in spite of ourselves. But the ones that are playing these games of destruction to try to gain, power, merge with the machine and have immortality, whatever, they're going to fail. And why do I say that? Because the method itself has always failed. Look at history. Yeah, it gets power for a short period of time, wreaks havoc. But that spirit that's in our heart and mind, the one that Judge Learned Hand talked about, does come back up. So I wanted to leave that with you today. No matter what your spiritual orientation is, how you feel about God and the universe, or whether there isn't a God, there's just this being, of us or whatever. The fact is that there is this will for good, and we can let that come out. And this lattice work that we're apparently a part of, and I encourage you to study that. The tests and the experiments were done in Bonn, Germany, and other scientists, of course, have replicated their results. It does tell us that this is an intelligent, designed universes. So we have a lot to look forward to. Just choose the right, no matter how hard it is. I have an old saying, it is, do what it's right even when it's not convenient. All right? Okay. A little bit heavy